Hey, do you have a copy of the Anarchist Cookbook under your bed? Are you the guy who shows up to every major or minor party with way too many fireworks?
Go, Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse. Oh, Lord, jeez.
Well, congratulations! You might be an Evocation wizard. But what is an Evocation wizard? Well, make sure to double check your math on the blast radius, get some of those goggles that welders use, and try not to get a heat burn from all that fire, because we're about to... The School of Evocation, pretty much Fireball, the class, the wizard that has inspired many a meme since the dawn of D&D, and the one who famously forgets to ask how many allies are inside the room before turning everything into ash. They are the standout mad scientists in a crowd of mad scientists, someone whose obsession with magic comes from a passion for... yeah, maybe it's the flashing lights, maybe it's the tinnitus, but there's something about gigantic booms our boy just can't get enough of. But much like the spells they so love, Evocation wizards are hard to control. You may find them leading armies with explosive firepower, torturing townsfolk with powerful spells, or just going their own way to unlock new abilities. But these wizards are more than just a flash in the pan. They are powerful allies, terrifying enemies, and extremely talented, if sometimes a bit unhinged. But when it comes to impassioned pyrotechnics, the Evocation wizard is certainly the star of the show. Just remember to stay out of the blast range. But first, we just missed spooky season, but there's always time for a nightmare before the holidays. And thankfully, Ghostfire Gaming is back with an all-new way to play Dungeons of Drakkenheim, exclusively for Daggerheart. Get lost once again in the cursed city as you fight off monsters and rival factions in this expansive dark fantasy. Focusing on player choice and looming corruption, experience a world of high stakes and even higher rewards where fear reigns and hope dies. This adventure takes you levels 1 through 10 and gives you everything you need to run from adversaries, environments, and contamination, and even expands upon the Daggerheart system itself. Choices matter for the players in Drakkenheim, so this guide gives you the flexibility to react to every player decision, but also help you scare the pants off your group in the meantime. Dungeons of Drakkenheim for Daggerheart, say that 5 times fast, is up on Kickstarter right now, with backers already receiving cool stuff, but even more is unlockable at higher tiers. So if you want an award-winning experience in a familiar setting, but with an all-new system, hit that link in the description to back the Kickstarter right now. But don't forget to use my link to tell them Yimba sent ya. A huge thanks once again to Ghostfire Gaming for yet another banger and for sponsoring the show. And now, back to the video. So you want to learn to cast, feel the blast, and smoke some ass all in one subclass.
It's wizard time, Fireball!
Well, the best way to do that is, of course, as a wizard. Wizards are dope because they are the spellcaster in D&D, getting not only a shit ton of favoritism from the creators, but all the spells you can imagine. And even though our favorites are the ones that go boom, we might as well learn a little bit about what evocation actually means. The School of Evocation, in summary, is the school of energy, how it's connected to the weave, and how you can change it. Giving this energy heat makes fireballs, cold creates ice knives and ice storms, but you can also manipulate energy in ways you might not expect. For example, healing spells are also considered evocation, as you can manipulate and bring forth the energy inside people and other creatures. Divine spells like Sacred Flame or Hallow are also considered evocation. While it's fun to joke about this being the arsonist subclass, which I totally will, it's also interesting, at least to me, that this school of magic is actually more about changes, and how we, the player, can manipulate that. But enough homework, okay? We're nerds, not losers. So we'll get the opportunity to explode more stuff with Arcane Recovery, letting us regain lost spell slots over the course of a short rest. At second level, we formally enter our chosen school, and of course, Evocation is the vocation for us. Here we become an Evocation Savant, letting us spend half the time and gold to copy these spells into our spellbook. But we also gain the ability to sculpt spells, like the great Michelangelo of old. What do you mean that's the wrong Michelangelo? Why would they name a sculptor after a turtle? Anyway, like some old guy who liked to carve naked dudes, we can change how our spells function in order to protect ourselves from the blast. And I guess our allies, but only if they ask nicely. Now, anytime we cast an evocation spell, we can select creatures equal to 1 plus the spell's level to automatically succeed on the saving throw against that spell. And if they would normally take half damage, they take none instead. So yeah, I did throw a cone of cold directly at your face, but did you die? No? Quit whining. Jumping up to level 6, we grab Potent Cantrips, giving our smallest spells a pretty big boost, as anytime a creature succeeds on a saving throw against one of our cantrips, they still take half damage. So while Fire Bolts are fun, cantrips like Lightning Lure or Frostbite will be more consistent. Bouncing all the way to level 10, we gain Empowered Evocation, letting us add our intelligence modifier to one of the damage die we roll on an evocation spell, basically extra damage to anything from a
Fireball
to a lightning bolt. I don't have a clip of Pitbull saying lightning bolt. Hold on.
Lightning bolt.
Yeah, you see, it's not the same. But that brings us to our final big badass ability at level 14 with Overchannel. And talk about bringing the boom.
Kaboom.
Yes, Rico. Kaboom.
Hey, stop! Why? I just don't get it. I always catch you fuckers watching this sick shit.
Now once per day, you can completely overclock your own magic and cast a spell of 5th level or lower, which immediately deals max damage. Any wizard spell? Any wizard spell. Doesn't it have to be Evocation? Did I say it had to be Evocation? So yeah, that's 60 damage on a 5th level Fireball, 64 on a Cone of Cold, 40 on a 5th level Cloud of Daggers, which has no save, so that's a big plus. But can we do better? I mean, all we have to do is grab ourselves a pocket knife to cast Steel Wind Strike, and we're dealing 6d10 force damage to 5 different targets. That's 60 damage each for 300 total spread over 5 dudes. You've gotta be fucking kidding me. At least we can only do this once per day, right? Nope! Turns out our pyro asses can keep that damage coming as long as we don't mind taking 2d12 necrotic damage for each spell level we overchannel, with an additional 1d12 per spell level if you decide to do it again, which stacks as we keep going. So if you want to go supernova, just keep the healer close by to keep popping you back up, or have the party cast Death Ward on you over and over again, or something. This shit is ridiculous. But that brings us to our last 2 abilities to round off the Evocation Wizard. Spell Mastery at level 18 to learn a 1st and 2nd level spell that we can basically cast as cantrips. Misty Step and Shield are some of my favorites, but Burning Hands and Shatter may be more your speed. And we'll finish off with Signature Spells as our capstone for 2 level 3 spells we can cast once per day for free. And let's just grab Fireball twice, huh? So, is the Evocation Wizard an absolute blast? The Evocation Wizard is hands down the best offensive wizard in the game. While I love my Bladesinger Gish and can see where the War Mage comes in handy, when it comes to sheer glass cannon bullshit, the Evocation Wizard stands alone. Also, I've been playing a lot on the meme that Evocation Wizards are obsessed with explosions, but there are so many kinds of Evocation spells for you to play with. Acid Arrow, Chain Lightning, and Wall of Stone, but even weird ones you wouldn't expect like Sending or Tiny Hut are also on the list. You are extremely versatile in an already versatile class, which makes for a really powerful ally in the party. I also love how your spells and ability interact together in a really cool way. Shielding yourselves and allies from your blasts is great, but the idea that you can essentially overclock yourself until you pass out is incredibly fun. Sorry, Cleric player, you may have some healing to do, because going whole hog on every spell on every turn might be my go-to way to play. But the Evocation Wizard has been solid for a minute, and there's certainly a reason it's had so much staying power. It's fun, dynamic, and powerful with a lot of utility and ways to play, but also gives you the things you need to make it your own. You can be a crazy arsonist, you can be a magical elemental warrior, or you can just be someone obsessed with turning monsters into dead monsters, and it will be fun every single time. But if you have disturbingly exact knowledge on what temperature cooks flesh, have accidentally burned down at least one building without being caught, and come to the battle with more explosive power than your average gender reveal, guess what? You might be an Evocation Wizard. Hey guys, thank you all so much for watching. I'll keep things short and sweet this time as it's about to be our busy season, but if you like what I do, leave a like or a share or a hype or whatever, it sure does help me out. If you really like what I do, you can always subscribe or get your name up here for just $1 by heading over to the Patreon, where top-tiered patrons get games DM'd by me. So to those guys, Miles, Not Yards, King Osiris, Sora Sin, Spider Lover, Tedsy, John S, Spellslinger, Copper Dragon, Epic Medic, and Yuki, you all are the best. To everyone else, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one.